I'd like to extend an invitation to come up and speak if he's willing to. I promise I'll be respectful. I know him or I know of him. I think he's a respectful guy, one of the more thoughtful guys out there on crypto. If Nick Carter wants to come on up, wants to raise his hand, I can't see him because it's a huge room. There's 1,000 people in the room, 1,150 people in the room. So if Nick Carter wants to raise his hand, he's welcome to come up on stage and talk. And so I can't see you, Nick. If you want to come up and speak, you're more than welcome. This will be a very respectful room. Here we go. Hey, Nick, how are you? Welcome to the stage.
Yeah, hi George. Thanks for inviting me up. I just wanted to ask you about a tweet you made 3 hours ago. You said I have blood on my hands for being part of the crypto scam, and I just want to know, what it is you think that I did exactly. I want to know what your basis is for saying that.
Yeah, I stand firm on that tweet. Perhaps the rhetoric was a bit harsh, but you've been one of the most outspoken leaders in the vanguard for Bitcoin and crypto. And whether it's just when I say blood on your hands, I'm not suggesting any nefarious behavior on your part. However, there are others in the crypto space where there is nefarious behavior. People like Raoul Pal, who's a total scumbag. So I don't know if in your case it's just, and I was young too, and I also worked at Fidelity a lot longer than you did. So I don't know if in your case it's just, you've done your work and you really believe in what you're doing, and it's just macro unaware investing, failing to consider macro variables like the lowest interest rates in recorded history as to why this whole crypto thing may have gone up as much as they have. Also, failing to pay any attention to the widespread counterfeiting of stablecoins, most notably Tether. And there are certainly, I consider you to be an honest fellow. I would not say that about other people in the crypto space. There are many outspoken Bitcoin crypto champions who are intentionally and deceitfully ignoring the elephants in the room. And they want to talk about all the great functionality of the technology. But the fact of the matter is, Bitcoin does not solve a problem. And the arguments for why something like Bitcoin might make sense, those arguments are true, whether the price is 65,000, 20,000, or 1,000. It says nothing about price. The reason I put you in that tweet is because you're a highly visible person in social media. I believe you have a responsibility to be balanced. And I found some of your tweets to be hyperbolic and sensational, and you ignore some of the most important arguments about the price of Bitcoin. And whereas you may be aware of these arguments, many of the people who follow you are not. And you have a responsibility as a public person with 334,900 followers of not being a jackass like Raoul Pal. And that is why I call you out, sir.
Can I respond to some of these
Yeah,
allegations?
the floor is yours.
So I mean, the people on this list are not all doing the same thing. You just seem to have selected a pretty random bunch of, like well-known crypto enthusiasts. I mean, like the article you linked to, it talks about like Celsius, these like specific collapses. I think it mentions Terra in there. Like I'm not affiliated with these things, right? Like in fact, I actually did warn people about both of those. If my crime is being a Bitcoin enthusiast, like so be it. But like I'm not, involved in like any of these like Ponzi's that have collapsed. Nor do I endorse them. Like in fact, I'm pretty loudly call out the Ponzi-like behavior in the crypto space, which I completely acknowledge exists. So like I'd love for you to support this with like a specific allegation if you have one, unless it's just literally being too positive about Bitcoin, which I continue to be.
If you heard what I said, if you listened to what I said, I think I already answered your question. I explicitly spelled out, I'm not accusing you of, did you listen to what I actually said? Because if you listen to what I said, you wouldn't have stated what you said. I said it could just be genuine, you're a genuine believer. That's fine.
I am a genuine believer.
I explicitly used the word not committing nefarious behavior. But what I did accuse you of was being macro unaware, of being hyperbolic, of ignoring some of the very important fundamental factors that go into evaluating the price of Bitcoin. That is what you were accused of, sir. I did
I'm
not
not.
say I did. Okay.
I'm
Answer
not
that
ignoring
question.
it.
Don't
Okay.
no.
Yeah, I'll
Don't you
answer the
try to set up
question.
some straw man argument.
Like I don't make public price predictions around Bitcoin, right? So, look, I'm known as a Bitcoiner. I invest in the space, but where does the moral culpability come from? Like, okay, okay, from peak to trough, I might have lost some money on this thing, in the last whatever year or so. I haven't lost money overall, obviously. Um, I just I like like if you think that my crime is being macro unaware, like so be it. I'll do some homework.
Yeah,
But if you
so, Nick, let's put it this way. History does not treat people kindly. I mean, so your crime, you may be relegated. I guess what I'm really saying is you're going to be relegated to the dustbin of history in the same way as Garrett von Wagoner, Tom Marsico, Ryan Jacob, Kevin Landis, wild-eyed Japanese real estate speculators. Okay, yeah. So your crime maybe is bad analysis.
I don't think so. I think my analysis is pretty good,
Okay,
honestly.
well, we have a difference of opinion, but what I listen. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. I have no problem with it's a free country. You have your opinion, I have my opinion. Here's what I have a problem with: you failing with 335,000 Twitter followers, failing to give ample time, any time, to the null hypothesis. You're like a carnival barker.
I'm sorry I got so many followers. I mean, if I could give you
Oh,
some,
stop with
I
the
would.
snide comment. No. Where's your responsibility to fair and balanced reporting? Where is your
I'm not a
responsibility
journalist.
to giving
I'm not a
airtime to the
journalist.
hypothesis? The risks and
The
rewards, huh? You worked at
what is
Fidelity, risk and rewards. How about the risk, dudes? You never talk about them.
George? Are you aware who runs Fidelity and what her view of Bitcoin is? Like,
I
have you
personally
got?
know Abby Johnson. You are engaging in one illogical fallacy after
No,
another. That
if
has
you're gonna
nothing to
invoke
do with the price of Bitcoin.
if you're
You're
gonna
proving my
invoke
point.
if you want to invoke your Fidelity expertise, like listen to what Abby had to say at Consensus literally last week. They're investing in Bitcoin. They support the infrastructure.
Nick, again, you were sleight of hand. That is so bogus. I have no problem with the idea that in the future we're going to have digital currencies. That has nothing to, and I personally know Abby, okay? That has nothing to do with the current price of Bitcoin. Nothing. You are engaging in one logical fallacy after another.
If you so like my view of Bitcoin is pretty similar to that of like Fidelity and Fidelity Digital Assets, which is something important and worthwhile and something worth supporting and investing in. So you're gonna like extend your critique to Abby Johnson, your good friend who you personally know.
No, I don't. I'll tell you why. You know why? Because she's not out saying go buy Bitcoin. Okay, she's out saying we believe in the future of digital currency. You keep rehearsing the same arguments, regardless of price. So
When have
you are in a
I
totally
like
different category,
instructed
sir.
people to buy Bitcoin? I feel like you're just fantasizing certain things that I've said, which I just haven't. I mean, like I think you have me mistaken with the other people on this list,
I don't think so,
basically.
sir. I don't think so. And you know what? And again, I come back to where is your airing of the null hypothesis?
What is the null hypothesis in this case? That Bitcoin is just going to vanish?
No, that Bitcoin doesn't really solve a problem. That the technology might be worth something, but it doesn't say anything about the value of a Bitcoin.
I think it does solve a problem, right? I think,
But you never ever try to put a value on Bitcoin.
no, I don't think you can explicitly value it. It's not like a stock.
Explicitly try to
It
even
doesn't
come
have
up with
earnings.
a framework. You don't do it because you can't.
No, I agree. You can't value commodity.
Right,
It's
and so,
like
and so
how
what
do you value
happens is
gold?
you as a public person have completely ignored your responsibility for giving a balanced discussion in the public square.